Good morning, fourth graders. It's Mrs. Kreider here, and I am here to talk to you a little bit about some of those persuasive techniques that authors use that we've been learning about. And today we're really focusing on recognizing a writer's use of the techniques of persuasion. So it's not enough to be persuasive. We want to know, how is it that they're persuading us? And again, kind of like I said in our video yesterday, this is important for life, not just for reading. We want you guys to be thinking about things that you're hearing and kind of filtering that through your own mind and thinking, what are people telling me? Is that true? Are they trying to persuade me to believe something or to do something? And then today we're really thinking about how are they doing that? And so a lot of times when you read, even if it's nonfiction, you might not realize that the author has a point of view about something. They have a bias. It's something that they believe is true about what they're writing, and they're going to communicate that to you, whether or not you realize they're trying to persuade you. And so we're going to try to pick that out today and look at some of those techniques that the authors use. And here are a few that I wanted to start with, and I'll talk to you a little bit about them. And the first couple are this. Sometimes the author will tell you about their own life, and that is trying to use some feelings to get you kind of like on their side, kind of feeling what they're feeling. So a lot of times they'll do that. They'll tell you about their own life, and they'll use those feelings to get you kind of to feel what they're feeling. Another thing they might do is provide some steps for you to follow. They might try to give you some steps to take some action. And so a lot of times those actions happen in some ideas that they give. They might say, first you do this, and then next you do this, and that's how they're trying to get you and persuade you to make a change. So they might give you some steps to follow. They might also talk directly to you as the reader. This is something the authors do. This is something that you can do in your persuasive writing as well. And you can speak directly to the audience, and you can use words like, you might think that, but here's where you would be wrong. And they're trying to talk directly to you in order to kind of get you feeling a little bit of feelings there, to use that persuasion. If they can talk right to the reader, they know that they can get that reader kind of feeling what they're feeling. So as we're thinking about these things, I wanted to kind of flash back to the book that we read yesterday about the waste that we're producing. And I have a couple of examples there on my computer because the book was on Epic, so I'll read part of them to you. But some things that those authors did, one really important thing, and this is something that you should do in your writing, persuasively or just informational writing, is to really include important facts and statistics. So include important facts and statistics. Statistics are basically the same thing as facts, but just another synonym. And that is going to give you a lot of information. And so these are a way that, obviously the author's using facts here. I know we use that word twice, but authors use facts, they use feelings, they call you to action. So they might include important facts and statistics. Were there important facts and statistics in the book that we read yesterday? Yes, definitely. There were a lot of them. One example would be the average American family throws away more than $1,300 worth of food every year. That is an important fact that you could know. Another thing is that they might describe a problem. And if you hear someone talking about a problem, oftentimes you want to do something about it, and so then they will provide you with, hey, here's an idea for how we could solve that problem. So they might describe a problem and a solution. And again, this is the author using facts to inform you and to persuade you. So they might describe a problem and a solution. They might say something like in our book yesterday, that people are throwing away a lot of waste, so that's the problem. What's the solution? Well, the book gave several solutions, but one thing that you could do is recycle. That's a solution that they offered as they're trying to persuade you. And the last thing is they might use persuasive language. So let's say, and this is kind of like more of like a feelings thing. So let's say you are doing this. I want to give you an example of when you've probably done this. So Christmas is coming up, the holidays are coming up, a lot of people, give gifts to each other. And so something that kids a lot of times do is try to persuade their parents. Like maybe you want the PS5. Maybe you want the newest iPhone. Maybe you want this, that, or the other thing. And so what you try to do is to use persuasive language. Mom, Dad, please. You know I've been doing my chores. You know I've been doing this. You know what a good kid I am. You know how I've been taking care of my siblings, how I walked the dog yesterday, you didn't even ask me, and using all of these things like, don't you believe that I deserve to have the newest whatever you're asking for it. So you're trying to use those persuasive language, but really that is kind of the author trying to get you to feel again. So using those feelings, facts, and calling you to action is a lot of what a writer does to persuade you. And the way that they do that, again, they tell you about their own lives. They might provide steps for you to follow. They might speak directly to you, include important facts and statistics, describe a problem and a solution, or use persuasive language. So you're going to look for some of those things today in a book. I'm going to give you assign another book to you on Epic, and I'm going to give you a little organizer to complete with some of these things. So we're going to be looking for where the author uses persuasive language, where the author includes important facts and statistics, and then where the author describes a problem and a solution. So you'll be looking through the book for those things today as we think about, I can recognize a writer's use of the techniques of persuasion. And the more that you recognize that, the more that you'll be aware of what you are reading.